About time. I thought you'd been scalped and eaten by wolves. It took you so long to get here.
Ooh, Jack, I got tales not quite that devilish, except maybe one.
It's good seeing you again, Will. You know, you didn't need to send that letter ahead of yourself. I could smell you from Union County.
I wouldn't mind a wash in the creek, but I prefer a whiskey.
You and me both.
How long's it been since French Creek?
You gotta be going on at least a couple of years, I reckon. I remember because you were still handsome. And it was the first harvest season after the war was over.
I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't mean for it to be quite so long. But the droves are getting longer and harder these days. You know, when I heard about Jenny, I meant to come home right away, but, well, you know I wanted to.
I know, friend. I'm just glad to see you again.
Hey, wait a sec. Didn't you get the...
Yep.
From the smithy?
Yep.
Well, don't just sit there. Show me the pretty lady.
I got first pickings. She's a beaut. I promise you that.
Woo! Mercy. You son of a gun.
You want to test her out? Go on. I let the wildlife know they can breathe a sigh of relief when you round. Hey, now tell me one of those tales you promised when you rode up.
I got a story that'll curdle a priest's milk. And I ain't wanting to listen to no ghost stories.
I'm listening.
See, I started hearing this story. At first I thought it was nonsense. But then I started noticing a pattern. See, there's this family outside Hyde County. Suddenly went silent. But when I came into the city, I overheard the sheriff telling somebody that he sent the deputy up to the house. He found.
I know these campfire stories. He supposedly found
He likely found. The whole family dead. Beaten to death with an instrument that was never found. And then when the deputy was heading back into town, he looked back up at the house and he saw what he thought was a preacher on top of the hill, sitting on a blood-red horse.
Man, I heard that one before. Ghost stories, like from a children's book, coming from all necks of the woods. Angry, pastor ended up in hell, trying to come back for vengeance on his flock. Rides a ghost horse, shoots fire from his eyes, and very kindly asks for directions right before he kills you with his Bible. Come on, William. Ridiculous.
So you have heard him?
Yeah. Of course I've heard them. Everyone has. But the stories are a little different around here.
What else are people saying?
The aforementioned foolish talk with a few extras, like he rides out of hell bringing vengeance on our secret sins. Lows at night. Will, these are ridiculous ghost stories. And you're a grown man who's had too much whiskey.
Jack, now listen to me. I've heard this story at every single campsite in town that I've stayed at. It's always the same. Then somebody in the town ends up dead. And nobody ever finds out who it was. Sounds like a whole lot more than ghost stories to me, Jack.
What are you gonna do, huh? You gonna shoot the next man in black you see carrying a Bible? I know there's some weird things going on around here, I'll give you that. But I sure as heck ain't gonna live my life afraid of every calm summer night and ruin the way I look at my preacher on Sundays just because a few folks are scared that the good Lord is mad at them. Preachers are for preaching, prayers are for healing, and judgments for the book of Revelation. And no ghost, man, or Night Rambler and his Bible are gonna steal that from me.
Hello, brothers. Sorry for the intrusion, but I seem to lost my way going into town. I was hoping for a little direction.